Beautify your mind. This is simply a follow-up for the video 226 because I received a lot of emails asking me, why do you keep saying, imagine beautifying your street? You see, we have trained our mind to only think of the negative, to only complain. One, this is what we heard our parents do, but also, we have said this before, when we were babies, when the baby cries, mommy comes. It doesn't take long for the baby to realize that when something is wrong, it gets love and attention. So we have been training our minds all our life to always focus on the negative first, instead of the positive. For instance, I've never heard anybody, almost anybody, apart from myself, say, oh wow, it's raining today, it's beautiful. We always focus on the negative. Where will I go? I cannot go anywhere. I will get wet now. Damn it, it's raining. What a horrible, horrible day. But the rain is exactly the opposite. For one, it cleans the atmosphere. For two, it cleans the streets. Three, it cleans the dust of the trees. Four, it allows trees to even exist. But we can never go to the positive, simply because we have trained our minds to always look for the negative first. So you can complain, because if you complain, there's a slight possibility someone will say, oh, it's okay, let me give you a hug. So it will really help us to start focusing on the positive of everything we see. Everything has a positive and a negative. There's no right or wrong, it's just the way it is. We cannot have a positive without a negative, simply because we live in a world of polarity. Everything has its polar opposite. Otherwise, it would not exist. I don't know if the entire universe is like this, but our planet is like this 100%. No matter how bad something is, one day when you come out of this so-called badness, you will look at the bigger picture and you will say to yourself, yes, but if this did not happen, now I would not be here. Or now I would not know this. Or now I would not know what to do with my current problem. So you see, even the worst things that happen to us do have a positive side to them. We might not be able to see it that moment, but we will see it in the future. So the reason I said a few times, go out and, not go out, when you're out, notice, how can I beautify, not notice, excuse me, ask yourself, how can I beautify this street? Is so that you can train your mind to start focusing on the positive. This is why. Whatever you see, ask yourself, how can I make this easier? How can I make this better? There's no better or worse, but you know, with the way we talk. But most importantly, how can I make this more beautiful? You see, the word beautiful is another word for the soul. Souls are all beautiful. I'm going to mention something now that has nothing to do with the subject. Years ago I was channeling, and a client's higher self was telling him that, I don't know what he asked, but was telling him that angels can see candles, meaning flames, and flowers, fresh flowers. And he asks, how come? Why? And his higher self replied, fire is multidimensional. It can actually go through, from this dimension, it can be seen in other dimensions as well. This is what we mean by multidimensional, because everything is multidimensional. But fire can be seen from one dimension through to the next. This is why they can see candles. And this is probably, I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming this is why we light candles in religious centers and when we want to meditate. And I was more curious about the flowers. How come angels can see the flowers? And the answer was, because flowers know they are beautiful. Not because they are beautiful, because they know it. This is the difference. When you know you are beautiful, the entire universe can see you. Beauty. I don't know what I was going to say. I think I was going to say, never mind, it left me and I can't say it. Okay, so look, keep asking yourself about how you can beautify things, even your room. Throw out as many things as possible. Whatever you do not use, throw it out. If you might need it 40 years from now, you can go and buy it again. Don't keep things in the house with the thought, I might need them one day. You won't. You won't. Don't let your house be a warehouse, a storage area. Keep it neat so that energy can flow and so that there can be space for new things to come into your life. Keep it as minimal as possible. Minimalism is not for everybody. I know from my mother, for instance, she can no way in hell be a minimalist. And when I asked my higher self, what's up with my mother and her holding on to things, and my higher self said, she's afraid of death. If she has things, she feels like she can hold on to this dimension, or that this dimension can hold on to her. And you cannot really change this. So this is why I'm saying minimalism is not for everybody. But it can be accomplished for most people. So again, most people's homes are actually storage areas. Let go of things, get rid of them, and beautify. Let me see if there's other examples too. I cannot think of one right now, but you know what? We are not meant to be told everything by other people. We're just meant to be given an idea. Never follow people, don't follow every word I say. Take only what feels true to you and leave the rest. And today's idea is try and always ask your mind, how can I beautify this? And this way you will train your mind to think of the positive instead of the negative of everything. Because really, we have been focusing on the negative for thousands of years and nothing has really changed. So start focusing on the positive. And one last word, beautify. I will leave it at this.